Hello everyone, welcome to my birthday card class series. That's a mouthful. This is the second in my free online class series, so thanks for joining me. Just going to give a few moments for you to locate me and say hello. For those who have marked that they are coming, so this is going to pop up in your news feeds and reminders. So that's what's good. When we have an event, you get notified. Uh, so say hi to me. Introduce yourself if you're new, and I'd love to say hi back to you and where you're from. I had one class a couple of weeks ago, and this is my second one. I've got four, so every fortnight on a Tuesday we'll have one, and I'll be doing four cards for you, and I have listed the products that I will be using. They'll be the same. I won't use all of them every week, but that'll be a combination of them throughout the weeks. Apart from papers and things like that, but that'll be the bundles and the stamp sets that I'm using. So thanks so much for joining me today. I do appreciate your time, and it's a weeknight, and I hope it relaxes you and you enjoy what I am sharing with you. Just some announcements with regards to Stampin' Up. They have some specials today which came out, and I just want to share that with you before we go on to the class, because there are some really great promotions. If you have seen our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, we have a mini machine, and that is on sale for the entire month of March. It's normally $104. It is down to $83, 20% off. And along with that, there's 12 bundles that are on sale as well at 20% off for March. So those bundles, the dies will go in the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So it's a great way to save for you. And if it's something that you've been thinking about, now is the time to get it, because you're going to save a fair bit on that. So look at those bundles. Some bundles, there's 3 bundles that have been reintroduced into the collection. Currently they are sold, the stamp sets sold separately, and the dies are sold separately. So they're introducing it as a bundle, so you're going to get your 20% off the bundle price as well, so which is great. So look at those specials on. We've also got a new collection out, which is the Waves of the Ocean collection, that's got beautiful blues like the ocean and really pretty paper as well. So there's some things which I've been putting up on my page which you can have a look at. So today I've got 4 cards to share with you, and any orders over $60 using the host code, you will get the card kit, or all the products to make the cards. I don't include stamped images. You will get the DSP and the card bases, and any die cards which are required, like the labels and things like that, will be added to your kit. Any embellishments that you need. Any orders over 90, you will get the kit, as well as the 2021 to 2023 in color gems, which I'll be using on some of my projects today, so you'll see them. You'll get that from me. Also, until the 16th of March, you can get free celebration rewards, so you're going to get that as well. So this special from me runs from today, 1st of March, till the 5th of March for all orders over $60. So you're going to get the kit, and you'll also get the PDF from me as well. Now I'm offering the kit alone. If you would like, I've got the price up there, and that is that is available, and the PDF is available, which I will send through to you if you wish. If you just contact me for that, and I will invoice you for them accordingly. But you're much better off purchasing the product and getting the kit free. So I'm just gonna switch the camera around so you can see what's going on. So this is, I'll show you the first card, and this is I'm going to make a variation on this. It uses the artistically composed suite, and let me try and adjust that for you. Sorry, I'm just getting myself, bear with me while I try and fix this up a bit so you get a better angle on that. I was hoping everything would be good today with the internet as well, because you just never know, because the weather's been really strange, raining and windy and all that, so sorry, you could just look away for a second if that is annoying. Oops. Whoops. Okay, I'm here. Let me put it back on me. And I do this occasionally and adjust the camera. I still don't know how I managed to do that, but I do it miraculously. I press some buttons and press some emergency button. I don't know. I think we'll be right to go in a sec. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was saying the weather's been crazy side, and I feel for those in Queensland at the moment and New South who are getting some really bad weather and floods and things like that. So my thoughts are with you. I know some of you do watch from those states. Bear with me. Sorry, I'm having issues with my camera at the moment. It does not want to play with me. It's my phone. Here we are, we'll get there. Nothing like some technical hiccups. So, who's watching with me today? Did you watch the first one, guys? I don't know. No, you've got a black screen, haven't you? And I apologize because I'm going to have to try and move this around so you do get some sort of give me a second, sorry. I appreciate your patience. You guys are being so patient with me. Yep, here we are. We're happening. Okay, we're back. Radio. So this uses the artistically composed suite. So I'm using some of the products in it, not all, but I'm doing it in another color scheme. Okay, so I like to show you some different ways to do this. So I've got a Just Jade card base, and I'll compare the two later. And I've used Calypso Coral because the designer series paper really goes well with that as well. There's some, it's got some nice colors in it, so variation. And this is the stamp set. I really like all the leaves in it, and the dies are really nice. You get a nice variation in it. No wonder my stamp set wasn't closing. So I picked this because it's got that really nice happiest birthday wishes in that. So we're doing birthday cards, but you've got other sentiments you can use in that. So use them. I'm going to use this these little leaves. We had our team meeting the other day, and one of the ladies said, "Oh, they're hearts." Well, they are hearts if you look at it the other way. So it's your imagination, really. There can be leaves, there can be hearts, whatever you like. So I'm going to stamp a border along the edge. I like doing this because it gives you some nice a nice look. and I'm stamping in Calypso Coral. So this piece of cardstock is 13.8 by 9.5 centimeters. And for this, I have got a piece of Calypso Coral at 7.5 by 12.6 to mat onto, and the designer's series paper is 7.1 by 12.2. Now the beauty of this is you could pick Old Olive, Evening Evergreen, you've got some Just Jade, you could even put a mint macaron there, and even soft sea foam, I think, some nice colors there. So I'm going to layer these together. Hi Beryl, how are you? Are you safe where you are? I've been thinking about you. Hoping you're okay. So I'm just gluing that down. So this is the Calypso Coral piece. And let me know, I'm trying to, I brought it up close so you can see it if there's any issues with the clarity of this video. Now I'm using some pale papaya ribbon. The suite includes some white ribbon, so that's nice too, that white frayed ribbon. I'm using the pale papaya. This is from my annual catalog. I'm just gonna add this around. Now you would see that I've not cut this very well, so I've just had it very fine on the edge. I've not stuck it very well. I'll just fix that up. We'll go with what's happening on today. I've kind of had a mad rush today after work, so I don't know. Cassidy went for an open day at uni, right? But she caught the bus, and it because our train lines are being fixed, and they're upgrading and all that sort of thing. So they took she and her friend. They took ages to get to the place because it was buses and trams and all this kind of stuff. So and then she got soaked because it was raining, and then I said, no, I've got to run back because when she had to come back, I just want my Drash to pick her up from the bus stop. I said, I've got my live, I've got to run back. So I put it on Calypso Coral, but you could layer it on another color. But let's try it with another color. I'll do a second layer. There's nothing stopping us from doing a second layer. Let's match that up. Okay, we might do an evening Just Jade piece. I probably should have done a Just Jade sometimes. 7.4 by 12.6. Let's pick a piece of Just Jade. And always good to wing it sometimes, isn't it? Sorry, I knocked you around then. Oh dear. I'll just go with this 12.6, 13.2. So I'm just adding a second layer of cardstock because it's not popping as much, obviously, as much as I'd like. So we'll do that. I've just gone up by 0.3 on each side, and that'll bring it out a bit and match with our base as well. Hope you've had a good day. I think Cassie's more. I haven't done the running around. She's done the running around, so she's more tired. She's like than me. Let's take this down. That is nice with that other layer. You've got to try things sometimes, huh? Now, I have die cut one of these leaves from the dies in pre-die cut with Calypso Coral. That looks really, that's a really nice leaf. The eye dot, just a little bit of glue. You can spread that around a bit. You could even die cut it, attach your cardstock onto the self-adhesive sheets, the double-sided sheets, and glue it like that. It's Beryl said it's dry, high and dry where you live. Okay, so you're further up. Okay. Because one of my friends is in Brisbane, said like there's no groceries as well. The shelves are all empty. Okay, so I've just tied a bow. So you will get all the ribbon and everything in your kit. So whichever way, if you purchase like $60 worth, you'll get the kit, or if you want to purchase the kit by itself, I'm offering that. Because I did have an inquiry after the class, and I thought, oh, I'll offer it because I know some people do like the kit, and you might have. I've got a little piece of basic white, and we'll stamp our sentiment. Let's stamp it in Just Jade. So this is just some scrap I've had, and I'm just gonna go over that a bit. If I'm in your way, I'm sorry. Just trying to. Okay. This Just Jade is one of our in colors that will be retiring. It is probably my favorite green. I use it all the time, and our retiring list is gonna come out on the 23rd of March, I think. So, and you can be sure the in colors from 2020 to 2022 will be on there. Generally, the in colors will go, like the refills will go. So if you are liking these colors, or if you have the ink pads, get your refills. I would suggest that you get them now before they go on the retiring list, because they don't last long on that retiring list. And also it's good to get it now, because you can get a celebration reward with your $90 order, so that's a bonus too. I've just added that there. So I've just added the little stamping the leaves. I stamped off first, and it just ties in with what we did on the background there. Now you are going to get a full pack of this when you place an order of $90 or more. You can see how well I have used these. But these are the in color gems. These are from the 2021-2023 colors. So you've got your evening evergreen and soft succulent, polished pink, pale papaya, and fresh fuchsia. So those are the colors in there, but they go with other colors, like you see that that could pass with Just Jade, and that could go with Magenta Madness, and that looks like a bit of a yellow, so they do mix with other colors. I've used probably 2 packs of them. Well, now one thing I did forget to do was cut some cards for the inside art, but I do have some here. So we'll stamp some of these leaves on the inside. Leaves or hearts. And we can do the same on the envelope. Now you can put the designer series paper on the envelope if you like, because you will, when you purchase the designer series paper, you're going to have heaps, so you might as well use it. It's hard to hear, Beryl. I'm sorry. Thanks for letting me know. I'll try and pick up my voice. And thanks for telling me that. That's good. You're letting me know. The internet, I can understand. It's really hard, isn't it? Just I expected it to be a bit strange today because of the inclement weather. Just how it was, and can't predict these things. So that's a card. Let's compare it with what I made earlier. So we had the extra layer this time, and this one was with the evening evergreen card base, and again I used Just Jade, but this time as a matte, and I die cut my leaf from that. I used a different piece of designer series paper, but basically the same card, same ribbon, and same layout. So I hope that gives you some ideas how to use that bundle or that suite of products. You get some beautiful vellum in that suite too, which is really pretty. So that's our first card done. So that's the Calypso Coral version and the Evening Evergreen and Just Jade version there. Let's get these away. I generally just, how do you stay them? I used to put them in the holes, but I do keep those the little negatives there because it just helps me know how many stamps there are, and it just keeps me on track. Now our next card, what do I want to do? I'm going to use the Friendly Hello bundle. Now this one, I'm using it in our first 3 classes, but I won't be using it in the last class because it's not going to be available after the 16th of March. So these it's 100% not going to be available, only because celebration finishes in Australia on the 16th of March. So if you want this particular, let me turn that off, stamp set and the bundle, you're going to need to get it while celebration is on. It's free with a $180 order. You get the stamp set and a 12 by 12 pack of paper. So it's like I've used it quite a lot. I'm sure you would have seen some beautiful samples with it, and really nice options. The paper is really pretty. You get some pastels in it, like lighter colors like your pale papaya, pool party, a bit of it's got like fresh freesia, and then you've got your brights like your more your granny apple green and things like that. So I'm going to be using this flower. And let me get my instructions. Oh god. I'm gonna use polished pink, soft succulent, and some tuxedo black. So we'll need those three colors. I'm just mounting my stamp. I've cut a piece of the designer series paper at 4 centimeters by 14.2, the length. And it's we're just going to be using a basic white cardstock base. And this piece is going to layer like that. So I've got a little bit extra of the Misty Moonlight. The Misty Moonlight piece is 6.5 by 9.5 centimeters, and your basic white is 5.9 by 8.9 centimeters. I will be using a piercing mat to assist with my stamping, just to get a nice clear image on this for this stamp, because it's photopolymer. So we'll stamp our image in polished pink, and I'm trying to go as much as I can to the corner, and that's not quite how I planned it. And we'll flip that over. That's better. Could have been still better, but it's better than what I did earlier. Then I'm just going to glue this to this like that. So that's just a polished pink ink on white, and we can color those that centers in a second. I'm gonna glue that like that. Once I have, where did that go? Under here. Alright, I'm gonna show you a little trick. What I do, it's not a trick, but it's handy when sometimes things don't stamp quite the same how you want it to. You can mess it up. I use my stamping rat markers like I'm taking the polished pink, and I'm just gonna do a bit of a fix there, and I will just blend that in. If I was just doing it regularly, I'd probably recut, but I just touched that up. And because it's an exact match in color, it works. And no one will ever know. So we'll just stick that right on that corner. And we're just going to add that there. This is a fairly simple layout. You can use it with a variety of stamp sets, colors, designer series paper. I actually cased myself on this. I used just used another pattern I had another card I had created for Christmas, and I sort of followed that same design. And you can always redo those sort of designs. Voice is better now. Thank you, Beryl. I'm glad. Um, Sometimes I've got to be reminded. You forget. Need to throw the voice out, isn't it? Anyway. Okay, so let's get our soft succulent. You don't have you like the two cuts, but you don't have the artistically layered bundle, Beryl. It's I like the size of those leaves. They're really nice and large. I'm gonna try to see how that looks. Oh, I know. I think I like it stamped on. I've stamped 3 leaves in soft succulent, and I'm gonna fussy cut it. So you could stamp around it, but I just preferred the look when I fussy cut and stuck them where I wanted them. So this takes a teeny bit of time, but you know how I normally, if you watch me, you know I leave a little bit of a gap and I leave a border, but I'm not going to do that this time, because then you don't have to be precise. And we're making quick cards. So if your leaves are a little bit different and you go over the line and you're not 100%, it doesn't matter. If you leave that gap, like which I do, then people will notice, not people will notice, but you will notice more than people. And then you do need to leave that exact gap around. But doing this, you can go over the leaf, and leaves are different shapes and sizes, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to stick them down like here and there. You can use any green. I did think of, you can even use Pool Party. I have used Pool Party on leaves before. I just wanted a bit of a contrast. Okay. So I'm just curving that a bit. And let's see, we might put 2 that way and 1 there, but I'm first going to stamp my sentiment. And again, we'll use the hope you have the best birthday, because we are doing birthday cards. Of course, you have several options in that stamp set. I have die cut from the Scallop Contour dies. Is it Scallop Contours? I'm pretty sure it was. And this is Polish Pink cardstock I have used. So you in your kit will get that label. I tried to pick a different color scheme for this stamp set, because we have been used to seeing it in the freesia, and you know, the granny apple green. So I was trying to go for a different look. So for the center of the flower, let's use Pool Party Stamping Blend, just so it ties in with our designer series paper on the side. You could use a yellow of some sort. That would work too. And let's get that. Okay, hope you have the best birthday. So now I can work out where I want my leaves. blue. It's right in front of me. How many times have you done that? I do that all the time. Look everywhere. Look for my glasses. They're in front of me. Alright, let's do this one here. And I might put a mini dimensional on the other one. No, that one. I reject that one because it had come off and the backing had got stuck again, so it wouldn't come off again. Here we are, that's better. Okay, so we'll just attach that over there so it sticks on top of our sentiment and adds a little bit to it. I'm going to use the soft succulent little embellishments because that's quite cute. So you can see it's like a little bit, it could even pass off as a blue. You love that sentiment? Yes, it is a nice, I like the birthday sentiments. You can always use those birthday sentiments, can't you? I've been a bit more diligent in giving birthday cards out, especially at work. I always gave Christmas cards, but I thought no, I try to give more birthday cards as well, so it's nice, and I think they appreciate it. Let's stamp some of these flowers on the side of our card and try not to mess it up. Oh, I nearly messed it up. No, it was a little bit messed up, but I'll get away with that. And we'll do the same on the envelope, and we can color in our center. So this is just an easy way to add some color, just stamp in a color, and you don't have to color it in. All right. I will show you my other sample. So that's this one. And the other one I did was, so that was more the usual colors with that stamp set. Yeah, so that was on Fresh Freesia, and shaded spruce I used on that with the pale papaya center, and that is actually the designer series paper I stamped on and die cut. So a bit you always think of ways to use your designer series paper so you can stamp on it as well. Make use of that. You get 12 sheets of that paper, so it's a full pack like you would if you were buying our designer series paper. You're getting a full pack, so it's really good value. So that's that one, that goes with that, and that goes with that. Alright, now for our next one, let's use the Let's Set Sail bundle. Now, this one, I'm doing it more in pink and things, but you can easily swap this around and make it a guy's card. There's ways, I'm going to show you, it can even make a nice baby card, this one. I've got some Coastal Cabana, some basic white, and some bits and pieces here. So I'm going to show you what we're doing. So lots of pieces that are pre-cut just to save some time, and I'll run through the measurements as we go along. So Blushing Bride is my card base, and I've got some Bermuda Bay at 11 centimeters by 9.9, and I have pre-embossed a piece of basic white with the painted texture embossing folder, and it was 6.5 by 9.5 centimeters. Thank you, Beryl. Beryl said simple and elegant cards. Thank you. That's I'm trying to keep them simple, so because we need quick make birthday cards, so we all need some quick cards. So that's my idea with this class, making life easy. So then I have a piece of designer series paper which I cut. This is the Sunshine and Rainbows paper, and it's 4 by 9.9 centimeters. You can make it larger or smaller, whatever that's, but that's just the measurements I have got. So let's stick this on first, and because I don't want to lose any of these pieces. So this embossing folder is absolutely beautiful. It's been carried through for a while. We've had it, and it's really pretty. Maybe a couple of catalogs we've had. It came in the last mini catalog, maybe. Oh, it was with the Art Gallery suite, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a piece there. Now the next thing I'm going to use is we have our we need that one, but we need our sailboard punch as well. So which is this one? Or you can use this without stamping, but we are going to do some stamping today. There's various ways you can create a template and stamp like that, but because I'm doing in various colors our sails and things like that, I'm not going to use the template. So I have got pastels, Blushing Bride, Soft Sea Foam, and Pool Party. Okay, so we'll get our sails out. This little stamp set, there's so many ways to use the elements in it, and I've had a bit of fun with this. That it could be water, the ground, anything like that. So let's do that. And this. So let's try. I'm trying to work out how this fits in here. So we'll do this one first in Blushing Bride. Oh, did you see what I did? I put the stamp back to upside down. Oh goodness, I'm silly. That's funny. Well, that's another way to use your stamps if you want a different pattern. Far out. I'm a deal. Sometimes. I'm just giving it a clean. It's not sticking on. Oh dear. That's funny. Did you realize that I was doing that? Okay. Let us see how this goes. I probably we'll do the other one as well, and then we'll work out how to punch it out. I'll do it on different ends. And I have a feeling. Okay, and then I'm using, so that's Soft Sea Foam. I stamped the other seal in Blushing Bride. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. And this is in Pool Party. So I'm giving myself enough space around the image to you know how when you punch around it and things okay, so we'll punch that out first. Then we punch this. Let me stamp that again. It's got a bit of a mark on it. I don't want that. Because I can't really hide that one. So it's a cute little way to build up your image. Definitely great for little boys' cards as well. You could make some lovely cards. And then we'll punch this out. So if you don't want to do all the coloring, the stamping in different colors and things, just punch it out from different colored cardstock. Alright, we are done. So we've got our bits and pieces there. Now I'm going to tie this around, and we'll put two lengths around this. Now we'll cut that down. We've got a little bit extra. So how I generally would do this is, instead of wrapping around, measure 2 lengths and a bit extra. Right, then I'll fold this in half. And find our center, and then just stick that like that. Then we can glue that down. You can add dimensionals if you want, but we are going to pop our boat on dimensionals and the sentiments, so you're going to have some added texture and things. we have a sentiment, and I'm using the Special Mormon stamp set. This is a freebie with celebration, and it is at the $180 level. This one, just that's so this and the Friendly Hello bundle. They are the only two products at a $180 level. Everything else is at the $90 level. Let me make that straight. So I'm gonna use Pool Party. Bring back our piercing mat. And again, I've just got some scrap, so it just fits, the sentiment just fits on it. You can always stamp and then cut it down. This is the banners, pick a punch, and I'm just going to use that banner end to punch that out. Then I've got a piece of soft sea foam, a little bit like 6 millimeters larger than the white, and I'm gonna punch the end of that out, and we'll layer those together. That's the intention of this punch, to be able to layer them together. Now I find it easier to just do this, and then you can cut off the excess of the layering piece. So then I will just gauge how much, right? I just find that a little bit easier than trying to measure it to start with. Okay. Now we will put our cloud on with some dimensional, couple of dimensionals. The cloud has been punched from the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper with the cloud punch. Let me show you. It's this punch, and the paper actually, you can just punch directly from the paper. So that's handy. And we'll put that there. I'm going to glue the center, or the vessel straight down. I don't know what the technical term, the main part of the boat, the yacht. And we'll put that straight here. Then one here. I'm just adding a dimensional and a dimensional here. Now, can you see how this will make a great baby card? It's just the colors, sweet, or a kids card as well. So let's put 3 dimensionals so it doesn't fold in the middle. And put that there. And I'm going to tie a bow there. Again, I'm going to layer just 2 pieces and just a little bow. So this, the twine I'm using is the essentials pack of twine. You get 5 um, different colors in that, and the white one is one of them. The white's good, you can color it in. You can color it to suit your project if you needed to. Take a glue dot and just add that to your card just below it so it all meets up. And let's put a sentiment on the inside. So this there's adventure awaits, let your dreams set sail, hope it's your best day ever. So let's go with hope it's your best day ever. So it says happy birthday on the outside, and then on the inside it'll say hope it's your best day ever, which is a nice sentiment. And then it decorates your card as well on the inside. It keeps it nice. So let's take our pool party. And stamp that there. And just a little extra there. Do that. I'm going to show you the other card I made and how just changing like the card base can switch the entire look of a card. And I think because I went all pastel here and I picked a bright kind of color for my card base, and you're going to show me, I will, sorry. I'm just finishing up. So I've just cut a piece strip of DSP to match up with our card there. The DSP falls a bit short, like it doesn't reach the 6x6 for our envelopes. Our envelopes are a little bit larger, so that's why I don't put the 6x6 on the back, but the 12x12 is fine. So that's that one. Now this is the card. This is pretty much exactly the same, except the ribbon, the twine is in a different spot. I didn't put a wrapped it around, but you can see just I added this is Bumblebee cardstock. See how it changes it up a bit. Now those are the different clouds you get in that paper. You get a variety. Just switching it up, and by that more bright and fun, and this is more like a pastel. That's why I said this probably suits a little baby or a little kid, but this is a different look altogether by just switching up the color of the card base. Other than that, everything was the same. So it's good to make a batch, switch everything around, and you get a nice mix of cards. Give me a sec, I'm just cleaning it up. Others, I might run out of blocks. There we have and our last card, I'm using the Flowing Flowers stamp set. Who's got that one? If you haven't got that one, I think it's a favorite. It drew my eye the first time I saw it when I opened the catalog. It was just one of those sets. It didn't. It's not a bundle. It's just a stamp set, but it's just got everything. You know, it's just got everything. It's my style, and it's a distinctive stamp set, and I just love it. So that's our last card we're doing today. And again, it's pink, so it's a bit of a pink day today for me. But I did not put I put away my card base for some silly reason, but I'll find it. So I've got some marble paper. This is the Simply Marvelous free designer series paper, which you get in doing celebration free with a $90 order. I have got a piece of I can't even remember what this embossing fold. It's a pack of embossing folders. You get two. This fits in the mini embossing, the stamping cut and emboss machine. So stripes and splatters, I think these are the splatters. So if you're getting this mini machine, this will fit in that. I've cut a label, so to go with that, and we have got a piece of Blushing Bride cardstock. I'm just gonna get a card base. Give me 1 second. I'll just right here, and let's get that done. Must have been in a pink mood when I created these. So with score, if you haven't got a score, I was telling someone the other day how good our scores are. Get that. Trimmer, I should say, which scores as well. So you get, it's really good. Must have one of our basic tools, I would say. I don't know where I'd be without it. Alright, so we have, I think I had a moment of madness here. I just forgot to cut everything apart, but I'm going to cut the card I obviously didn't, when I came to the last card I wasn't thinking, guys, sorry. You guys are very patient with me today from the time we had issues with the camera and everything. Wow, going well. Not one of my finer moments, is it? But anyway, but we are fine. Okay, let's do this, and I think that marble will stand out really nice on this. This is the other side, so you get, if you want a more subtle color, you can use this. And so I was thinking we could stamp on this, and that's why I wanted to get that done. So this is the Flying Flower stamp set. If you haven't seen it, it's a distinctive stamp set. It has some beautiful images here. We are going to use this this particular image and this one. So I'm going to use Blushing Bride ink, and I'm going to use Just Jade for my leaves. I think that's a good combination. Let's get a bigger. So this has some really nice neat fonts too, and I like the Just a Note. That's you can use for anything. So I'm just gonna have some some sponge daubers. You can use your Stamparatus for this if you like. That helps as well. I'm just using sponge daubers today. And and I use just like I use my blending brushes, I use my sponge daubers the same way. I've got ones for pinks and ones for greens and same sort of thing. So we're just gonna ink up that. There's a few ways you can do this, and I find it easier like this. It will be very faint, so it's just that it's the nature of the technique. That's where if you did it with a Snapparatus, you can always go over that image again and again. And I'm just sponging that color on. So add quite a bit of color. Okay, we've lost reception, just bear with me. I'll put it back on my face so if you have sorry about this, guys. It's thinking, the internet's thinking. What do? You go with it, don't you? When it plays up. It's just not picking up the other camera at the moment, so here we are. We're gonna get there. We'll get there, I think. Keep going. I'm inking up with Blushing Bride, and I'm just going to disconnect the camera and restart again. There's a reason why this happens, because I'm on two different devices, and sometimes one doesn't want to go through. Okay, we are back. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna reactivate this color with you know how we do with Stampin' Right markers, having on it and things. We'll do that on this as well. So I'm adding Blushing Bride before we got disconnected, and then we will add some just a very light hint. It will be light. I know Dust Jade can be strong against the Blushing Bride, but because we're sponging on it, it won't be too strong. So then I'm just going to bring it up to like and just that's all I'm doing, just to reactivate that color. And because I took a little bit of time to do that, and this is what happens. Isn't that pretty? That's a really nice set. You don't it's not what I've done, it's just the stamp set is really pretty. So next I'm going to use this little stamp from the stamp set, and we'll take this Designer Series paper, and I'm just going to add this image on it, just to add a background on that. This marvelous paper really lends itself to stamping on it. It looks really nice. quite like the clean look of that on the white. So we'll glue this down. I'm going to try and find some ribbon on a whim, because I think the ribbon would be just add a little bit extra on that. Got any suggestions which ribbon we shall use? We haven't got any blushing bright, but even a nice gold would look nice, or even a clean white would be nice. We've got this nice that's quite pretty, isn't it? Let's see how that looks. This is that the art gallery ribbon. I don't know whether it's called art gallery ribbon. Let's see. Is it called the art? Fine art ribbon. So it did have the word art, but it's not art gallery. So it was in that art gallery suite. Okay, let's take that backing off, and then it'll cover that center too. Again, I'm just gonna go ahead like that. I like the subtleness of this gold. It's not a in your face kind of gold. And we can stick that down. So you'll get all this if you place the $60 order. You'll get all the ribbon, all the card bases, all the embossed pieces and the labels and everything you need. I will include that, and you will also get the PDF tutorials with the measurements, photos, everything like that. Top up your order to 90, and I will include those beautiful in color gems for you. Now, of course, I am making the kit available for you if you want to just purchase the kit. Now, I'm just adding some color to this doily. This is the other side of the doily. This is the Heart and Home Suite, the doily. And I don't only need some of this doily, so I'm not going to use it all. Every $90 order, you're also going to get a celebration reward. So you can either order online, or I'm happy to place that order for you. Just contact me and I can do that ordering. So let's go. I probably won't need a lot of that. I'm just going to glue that like that, and then I'll trim the edges. Okay. So just center it. And just cut the edges off. I'm just going it's just to add a little bit extra there. I've just adjusted that a bit, so I'm just cutting that edge off so it's more centered. those, that's where the doilies, even though they come in grey, so in a pack of grey, Misty Moonlight, and Cinnamon Cider. So you can color that on the other side. That's fine. Like I have done there. Now we'll take some dimensionals. So I'm using this dimensionals to just extra secure the doily. Then for our sentiment, let's take this happy birthday in here. That's quite a pretty font as well. And we can use, let's use Tuxedo Black. Grey would go well too. What did you, sorry Beryl, you said you loved it on the slope. What was that? What did I do on an angle? Sometimes I don't know what I do, Beryl. I do this stuff. I forget what I do. You love the colors? Thank you. Yeah, I think, I mean, I'm a pink girl, but I like that, it looks a bit like mint macaron there too, doesn't it? This, Just Jade. Blushing Bride and mint macaron is always a classic combination. So anything like that just works. Before I stuck it down. Oh, well, you'll have to do that one and send me, Beryl. One on the slope. Okay, let's see whether that's too big or maybe we could do it there. I might cut that down a tad more so we don't take as much of the image. So this is, I'm just eyeing this as I go. No measurements, but I will have measurements for you on your PDF. I will measure that and show you. But sometimes you've just got to eye it as you do it. Okay. So you can put it there or whatever you like, but I think it might be fine there. And maybe we'll put a bow. We'll see. Just because we can. We'll see how that works. Oh, I haven't taken the sticky off that one. I was wondering why it wasn't sticking. Maybe not. It just looks nice with the, I'm just checking it. I think it just looks sweet like that. Now, we will put some, we've got these little dots. So you've got them in grey or white, grey, white, black, and cream. So I'm just going to go with the black ones because I think it just lifts that a bit. These are self-adhesive, so they're really easy to put on. For the inside of the card, let's take our little flowers. And Blushing Bride. And just add that there. Why don't we stamp all this here? something different. And then one on the front. You can emboss your envelope, the flaps of the envelopes as well. That looks nice too. Alright, so now I'm going to show you another one which I did with a completely different suite. I used the Heart and Home paper, and that was done with that paper and in the grey. So it gives you a soft, oh, they're both soft, I guess. So look, this is Misty Moonlight with Soft Succulent, and this is Blushing Bright and Just Jade, which I just showed you. Just different looks, and I've used designer series paper here, and here I've just added some embossed cardstock there. So just to show you some variations on our cards, I always try to show you some different card variations. So I appreciate you joining me today and spending some time with me, and sticking with me through all our internet issues. So let's go through what we made. So this is our last one, and oh, I had two Blushing Bright ones, and you can switch that and have that as a boy's card in another color, and that's our full cards. Let's take the envelopes out so you can see that better. So maybe you can try one of those, or all of them. I hope you give them a try, and that have inspired you to maybe try some techniques, or the layouts, or something that you may like. Thank you, Beryl. Beryl said the cards are all beautiful. You're welcome. I'm glad you could join me, and I appreciate your patience during this live. And if any of you know others who may like to see it, please share it, and who may like to craft, I would appreciate that. So join me in a couple more weeks for our next live. In the meantime, if you would like to order any products, and I'm here to take your orders, so you can call me or you can order online. Any products you like, or if you want to know what you need for this, I can help you with that. Tomorrow I'll be on live at 7:30 for my regular Creative Escape, so please join me, and make sure you follow me on Facebook for more updates and for my lives and all my projects. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of the week. Bye bye.